Hi guys, today's topic about pharyngitis. The inflammation of the pharynx is called pharyngitis. It may be generalized when whole larynx from nasopharynx to laryngopharynx is involved. That is called generalized pharyngitis, or you can say upper respiratory tract infection. Or localized, we are to specify one area like nasopharyngitis, tonsillitis are localized. So pharyngitis two types in general, generalized and localized. The mainly pharyngitis present with triad. You can say sore throat, fever and congested red pharynx is triad of pharyngitis. Fever, sore throat and red pharynx is, or congested pharynx is triad of pharyngitis. Most common presentation is sore throat. Now pharyngitis according to duration is two types: acute pharyngitis or you can say chronic pharyngitis. If it is less than 4 weeks of presentation, it is acute pharyngitis. If it is more than 4 weeks of presentation, it is chronic pharyngitis. Now acute pharyngitis again divided into three types: viral pharyngitis, which is most common, about MCQ 40-60% of cases; bacterial pharyngitis, which is about 5 to 30% of cases; and non-specific about rest of the cases, about less than 5% of the cases. Now viral pharyngitis is most commonly caused by rhinovirus, MCQ, adenovirus, parainfluenza virus, Coxsackie virus, Epstein-Barr virus, cytomegalovirus and HIV. Initial presentation of HIV is acute pharyngitis. Now bacterial pharyngitis is mainly two types: group A beta hemolytic streptococci related pharyngitis and non-group A beta hemolytic streptococci. The group A beta hemolytic streptococci is most common bacterial pharyngitis. Non-group A like Neisseria gonorrhoeae, Haemophilus influenzae, Corynebacterium diphtheria, Moraxella catarrhalis, and group C and G streptococci. Now talk about chronic pharyngitis. It is non-specific chronic pharyngitis or specific chronic pharyngitis. It is like non-specific heavy smokers, industrial induced, alcohol induced, chronic sinusitis presentation post nasal drip, or poor dental hygiene. Sometimes psychological also induce non-specific chronic pharyngitis. Now specific like syphilis, tuberculosis, HIV, leprosy, candidiasis and toxoplasmosis are more common causes of specific chronic pharyngitis. Now in acute there is another term that is non-specific, sometimes because of in summer dry air pharyngitis, smoking acute pharyngitis, GRD acute pharyngitis, chemical injury, allergic, smoking, neoplasia and ET tube dysfunction also leading to pharyngitis. So it is viral, bacterial, non-specific acute pharyngitis, non-specific chronic pharyngitis, specific chronic pharyngitis are division to smoothen the process to identify, to diagnose the pharyngitis. Now in part 1 I will talk about this viral pharyngitis. The viral pharyngitis classically having sore throat, chills with conjunctivitis, sneezing, rhinorrhea, cough. Cough is not present in bacterial pharyngitis. Dry cough is suggestive of viral pharyngitis with eczematous papillovesicular rashes. There is no evidence that bacterial sore throat are more severe than the viral ones, or that the duration of the illness is significantly different into two types, like bacterial, viral doesn't matter in the severity. The specific viral infection have characteristic feature like adenovirus having conjunctivitis. If conjunctivitis is sore throat, you can consider adenovirus infection. Infectious mononucleosis. There is exudative and associated with extensive false membrane over the tonsils. Or Coxsackie virus. In Coxsackie you can see herpesgenia, that is papillovesicular rash over the extremities. There may be herpes virus In herpesinia also found in herpes virus also. Coxsackie A, concomitant vesicles on the hand and foot. It is also because Coxsackie virus A is called hand, foot, mouth disease also. Now viruses, most common virus for viral pharyngitis is rhinovirus, that is also common cold virus, adenovirus, parainfluenza virus and coronavirus. You can see the epidemic right now we are facing because of coronavirus. Herpes simplex virus, epstein Barr virus, mononucleosis, cytomegalovirus and HIV viruses. The features suggestive of viral pharyngitis are conjunctivitis, red eye present with sore throat, it is viral. Sneezing, rhinorrhea more common in viral. Dry cough suggestive of viral infection. Diarrhea in children and papillovesicular races are suggestive of viral pharyngitis. Now talk about some specific viruses so that we come to know which virus is infecting us. Rhinovirus, one of the smallest virus, about 30 nanometer in size, most common viral infective agent worldwide, which proliferate between temperature 33 to 35 degrees centigrade. It is enterovirus like Picorna bredi family, like poliovirus and Coxsackie virus. In contrast to enterovirus, they does not replicate in the GI tract. Most of the enterovirus like poliovirus and Coxsackie proliferate in the gastrointestinal tract. But this virus, rhinovirus, most commonly found in upper respiratory tract infection or nasal cavity. More than 100 serotype has been found. Nasal secretion are infective. It is close contact spread. Acid liable, destroy at 3 pH. Below 3 pH is destroyed. Single stranded RNA virus. This virus is not stable below pH 5. Like you can see this virus having 2 layer bilipid layer which is having glycoprotein over it, and it is single stranded RNA virus having about 7 to 8 kilo base, and this is inside the bilayer, lipid bilayer there is protein shell coat. So this is about 30 nanometer size of rhinovirus. There is 2 mode of spread, like aerosols and direct contacts, person to person, like in surface contact also. Local inflammation and cytokine are responsible for symptoms. Rhinovirus replicate in extremities, small number of the cells. This replicate in extremely small cells of the cells, and viral quantity does not influence duration nor severity of the cold. So virus is less amount even though may have significant symptoms sometime. Interferon production occur early and specific antibody appears in the nasal secretion. Small number of virus infected cells elaborate a variety of cytokines initiating a host inflammatory response, which leading to chemotaxis and expression of endothelial adhesion molecule resulting in common cold. Because of this inflammatory reaction, person present to as a common cold like rhinorrhea, sneezing, all common cold symptoms, and which leading to this chemotaxis leading to interleukin 1 presentation, which lead to T cell activation, B cell proliferation, which increase the vascular permeability leading to rhinorrhea. This clinical finding, incubation period about 2 to 4 days. Sneezing, nasal obstruction and sore throat are common presentation. Isolation of virus may be obtained from nasal and throat swabs. Treatment mainly symptomatic treatment like paracetamol and anti-allergic you can give. Intranasal gamma interferon spray is quite effective in viral common colds. Now talk about second virus, that is adenovirus. It is medium size non-enveloped double stranded DNA virus with 47 serotypes. Its size about 80 to 110 nanometer size, resemble to spaceship. What spaceship shaped virus is? MCQ is adenovirus. You can see this is spaceship virus having about 24 pentone and 24 fibers over this hexagonal structure. This is having pectone and hexone about 252 capsomeres. Like hexone is 240 and pentone about 12. Total will be capsomeral 252. It is double stranded linear D double stranded virus, DNA virus, which about having 26 to 45 kilo base pair, and core is made by the protein core. So this is space shaped virus, adenovirus is space shaped, having 80 to 110 nanometer in size. There is 47 serotype in human origin. 6 subgroups of A to F based genome homology, and group A having serotype 21831, highly oncogenic. 218 and 31 is highly oncogenic in adenoviruses. If you talk about general of adenovirus, you can see 1 to 7 serotype leading to acute febrile pharyngitis in children, 3, 7, 14 having pharyngoconjunctival fever in older children, mainly 10 to 12 years of age, 8, 9, 37 serotype having epidemic keratoconjunctivitis, also called shipyard eye, in adults, 14, 41 having diarrhea, mainly infecting the GI tract in young infants, and 11 and 21 having hemorrhagic cystitis in children. It is urinary tract infection also. The adenovirus having two divisions. One is meshed adenovirus, which found in mammals, and AB adenovirus, which infect the birds. The lab diagnosis by viral isolation culture, DNA hybridization, PCR, electron microscopy, ELISA, latex agglutination, and serology. These all 6 tests can be done in any virus, like virus isolation, DNA hybridization, PCR, electron microscopy, ELISA, latex agglutination, and serology can be done in any virus. So you have to remember these tests for viral pharyngitis. The treatment is mainly symptomatic. Now adenovirus is used in the gene therapy as adenovirus vector, used to introduce the modified DNA into the human cells. New gene make a functional protein. Adenovirus has unique ability to become latent in lymph node and other tissues such as adenoid, tonsil, and Peyer's patches. Adenovirus infection characterized by development of an effective and long-lasting immunity against infection. So once infected, there is less chances of adenovirus you get infected, because there is prolonged B cells, memory B cells. Memory B cell which produce the antibody is lifelong almost. Parainfluenza virus. Now talk about parainfluenza virus is second most common cause of lower respiratory tract infection. Negative sense single stranded RNA. Negative sense, it's making reverse type of messenger RNA. That's why it is called negative sense RNA virus, which size about 150 to 300 nanometer. It is envelopilous and pleomorphic morphology. Mainly 4 type. You can say human parainfluenza virus are 4 type. Type 1 is Sendai virus, which most common cause of the croup is Sendai virus. Now type 2 is acute laryngotracheobronchitis, that is second common cause of croup. Type 3 is respiratory infection in children, and type 4 is respiratory infection in adult. If you see this virus, it is matrix core protein having F protein on surface and HN tetramer over the surface, and it is bilateral, which inside it is protein coat and RNA virus. The incubation period is about 1 to 7 days. Human papilloma influenza virus, parainfluenza virus in respiratory lead to the secretion of high level of inflammatory cytokines like interleukin alpha, interferon alpha, interleukin 2, 6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, which leading to nasal congestion, runny nose, and cough and sore throat. So human parainfluenza virus causes croup, bronchitis, bronchiolitis, pneumonia, minor respiratory infection, flu-like tracheobronchitis, and nosocomial infections. Treatment is mainly symptomatic or no vaccine available till date for parainfluenza virus. Ribavirin is effective. Parainfluenza infection does not confer complete immunity, therefore reinfection can occur. So this is have to remember. Parainfluenza virus is commonly reoccur because they don't have long immunity because of lack of production of long-term memory B cells. Coronavirus. This is having epidemic right now. It is single stranded linear segmented positive sense RNA virus. It means it makes positive sense in normal chain messenger RNA. The largest among the RNA viruses. This is the largest among RNA viruses is coronavirus which infect human. Family is Coronaviridae, gender is coronavirus. It is pleomorphic, wrapped around 80 to 220 nanometer in size. 30 serotypes has been found, and it is spherical and helical shape. If you see this virus, the spike protein over the lipid bilayer showing crown shape, that's why it's called coronavirus. Another protein which is important over is membrane protein, which is also medium sized protein, and envelope protein which is very small protein. So there is lipid bilayer having three main protein: spike protein, membrane protein, envelope protein. And inside this lipid bilayer there is RNA viral genome, that is positive single stranded RNA, in which there is small molecule of nucleocapsid protein is also found. So protein is found in lipid bilayer structure in coronavirus. Size is about 80 to 220 nanometer. Now coronavirus primarily infect human lung cells through a receptor for an enzyme called angiotensin converting enzyme 2. This ACE2 receptor mainly found in lungs, that's why it's leading to ARDS, mainly lung infections. Viral spike protein recognizes and binds to the ACE2 receptor, incorporated to lung cells, and viral RNA released in lung cell cytoplasm. This viral RNA molecule recruit the cellular apparatus to make thousands of copies of the RNA, and also instruct the cell to make nucleocapsid, membrane, envelope, and spike proteins. These assemble in the new virus particles which bud out to the cell membrane, propagating the infection, which leading vesicles and releasing of virions. These coronavirus are found in mammals and avian species like bats. Coronavirus having four types is alpha coronavirus, beta coronavirus, gamma coronavirus, and delta coronavirus. Mainly there is 7 human coronaviruses like human coronavirus alpha 229E, human coronavirus NL63 is 2 type in alpha group. There is 5 type which is infected to human is coronavirus 2, which is having epidemic right now. SARS coronavirus which is having epidemic in 2002. Middle East coronavirus, SCOV OC43 virus, and human coronavirus HKU1. So these are 7 human coronavirus which leading to infection in humans. If COVID-19, we can see coronavirus disease 2019. It is COVID-19. So corona, CO, COVID, virus, Co, and D for disease, and 19 2019 it is COVID-19. That's why we call it COVID-19. Human and bats having 92% same genome, and amino acid sequence is about 96 to 100% same. That's why it can infect human as well as bats. So coronavirus type 1, which is spillover reservoir known as civets and cats. Most transmission occur in hospital, no transmission until 24 to 36 hours. There is lack of asymptomatic patient, that is less spread of this 2002 epidemic, that is SARS-2. Now talk about coronavirus 2, which is COVID-19. Its spillover reservoir unknown, like bats, pigs are common reservoir of this. This widespread community transmission because possible due to a lot of asymptomatic cases or mild cases of coronavirus leading to this epidemic right now we are facing. Pathogenesis, you can see this is entry in the spike protein or ACE2 receptor interactions, which leading to replication and gene expression like RNA lead to encode the 27 protein of this virus, which ultimately lead to replication, transmission of complexes formation, which replicate in the cells, which ultimately lead to NSP4-6-33 involved in the vesicle formation. NS1 is a COVID pathogenicity factor that restrict host gene expression. So this NS1 is main, which restrict the host gene expression, leading to virion expression of genes, and assembly of nucleocapsid into virions occur in endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus. The immune responses are very little. Immune response is induced. It is also very slow. Lead to high initial viral titer due to late interferon responses. This drives aberrant recruitment of pathogenic inflammatory monocyte macrophages, activation or immune response with cytotoxicity. Its neutralizing antibody titers and memory B cells response are short-lived in coronavirus. That's why there is no long-term immunity in the coronavirus. If you have to take vaccine, you have to take about every yearly or every 8 to 1 year, 8 months to 12 months duration. Otherwise you are not protected with coronavirus. The symptoms are variable but often increase fever, cough, headache, fatigue, breathing difficulty because of ARDS, and loss of smell and taste are common presentation. Airborne transmission because of droplet, contaminated surfaces. During human to human transmission, an average 1000 infectious virions should be present to initiate new infection. Diagnosis mainly RT-PCR or other nucleic acid test, serological test like immunoglobulin A and G, and CT scan thorax which present opacity, ground glass over the chest. So you can find out by doing these immunological, serological or other test of viral antigen test. Prevention, social distancing, self-isolation, face mask, respiratory hygiene, ventilation, healthy diet and hand washing are main preventive agents, preventing thoughts. Now treatment, no specific treatment, but you can give supportive treatment, mainly O2, oxygen FARDS, then lopinavir, ritonavir, hydroxychloroquine. Remdesivir is very effective prior to having replication of virus in lungs. So you have to start this remdesivir before getting worse. Herpes virus. Now fifth is herpes virus. It is enveloped DNA virus with linear double-stranded DNA virus about 120-200 nanometer, capsids around DNA core, and there over the capsid is tegument, which 9 protein regions. You can say this is a protein region, is tegument. It is tegument. This is the protein core and this is tegument. This is lipid bilayer and it's having glycoprotein spikes envelope. So this is herpes virus. There is 8 type of human herpes virus species are known. Herpes virus 1, 2, varicella zoster is third type of herpes virus. Cytomegalovirus is herpes virus 4. Epstein virus is herpes virus 5. Human papillomavirus 6. Human herpes virus 7 and human herpes virus 8. Human herpes virus 6 leading to rogeola infantum, that is race-like disease in infant, and human herpes virus 8 leading to Kaposi sarcoma and HIV cases or Epstein virus associated infection. Now herpes virus is above the waist in adult and herpes virus 2 is below the waist. Herpes virus above the waist are acute gingivostomatitis, recurrent herpes, keratoconjunctivitis, encephalitis, and it's mainly transmitted through the saliva. The herpes virus 2 is below the waist. Herpes gingitalis, aseptic meningitis also sometimes can be found. Humans are natural host of both, transmitted by sexual contact. And Jank smear is main MCQ. Jank smear is, you can see multinucleated giant cells in Giemsa stains. So this is about herpes virus 1 and 2. Acyclovir, famciclovir and penciclovir are therapy of choice for herpes virus. Varicella zoster virus, clinically chickenpox, primary infection is 90% cases are below 10 years of age, replicate in respiratory tracts and lymphocyte. Incubation period is of 14 to 18 days. Now cytomegalovirus is close contact transmission sexually and high infection rate is early childhood and early adulthood, usually asymptomatic. Systemic CMV infection, pneumonia and hepatitis. In AIDS patient, diarrhea and retinitis. This congenital CMV infant may develop Hodgkin's lymphoma, mental retardation, hepatosplenomegaly, jaundice, anemia and loss of weight and sometimes microcephaly. Now, Epstein virus is etiological agent of infectious mononucleosis or Burkitt lymphomas. Recent studies has linked with Hodgkin's lymphoma also. The cultured in only lymphoblastic cell line of the humans and derived from the B lymphocyte of human. Hairy leukoplakia having a strong association with Epstein virus. Now, last virus I am talking about is Coxsackie virus. This Coxsackie virus is enterovirus family. They infect intestine in human but can infect throughout the body. It is about 28 nanometer in size, spherical non-enveloped virus, and it is positive since single-stranded virus. Coxsackie virus A having 1 to 24 serotypes and Coxsackie virus having 1 to 6 serotypes. Coxsackie A having aseptic meningitis, febrile illness, herpesingenia, hand, foot, mouth disease and common colds. Coxsackie virus B having neonatal disease, myocarditis, meningitis, common colds. Now, herpesingenia and abrupt onset of fever, sore throat, anorexia, dysphagia, vomiting, and abdominal pain. Pharynx is usually hyperemic and characteristic discrete vesicle occur in anterpillar of the fauces, anterpillar of the tonsil. The palate, uvula, tonsils and tongue. The illness is self-limiting and mostly in the children. So, what is herpesingenia? Is abrupt onset of fever, sore throat, anorexia, dysphagia, vomiting, and abdominal pain with discrete vesicles. So, treatment is mainly symptomatic. So, this is all about viral pharyngitis. In next video, I will talk about bacterial and chronic pharyngitis. Thank you so much. So, this is part 1.